it's here. So I don't really do Once Upon a Book Club because I normally don't like their book selection, and I normally don't think their gifts are usually kind of lame. Sometimes they're kind of cool. However, I do kind of like doing their, how can I say I like to like doing this? This is my second time I've done this. Their Halloween box, but I like get their sweet one, or this one's called their magic. So the way this one works is, and you're gonna see, this is gonna be an edited video, because the way it works, if you know, is you get a book. They've started doing the occasional, oh my gosh, this came here. The occasional special edition, like, ooh, this one actually does have sprayed edges, but it's a paperback. And it has a freaking sticker on it, they give you that. And this one is An Ancient Witch's Guide to Modern Dating. So hence the sweet. You get like a little book club guide thingamajig. Which I don't really know what to do with. I should start a book club. No, I'm just kidding. I get this box once a year. I did also get their Romantic box one, and it's a very pretty book, but I hated it. You get a bookmark to go with it that has quotes on this side, sorry, which is love comes from the heart, not from a cauldron. Just a little paper one. I know they started doing like a sticker thing, so you can put it in like a journal, but like it's not even the title, the cover. Oh, sometimes the books come signed, but normally they have a book plate, and I do appreciate that they usually, not always, but they usually have it themed with a picture, with the cover, which I like. They also usually give you a little quote thing which says love comes from the heart, not from a cauldron. Oh yeah, but I mean, it's like I don't know. We have a author note. So if you wanted to read it, here you go. And like I said, you get like this little book club thing, which I guess is meant for book. Well, I guess not really, because it's kind of a lot of money setting up a book club. But yeah. So you see, it has that, and then it has stuff inside. So what is it? Author, conversation. Oh yeah, so this discussion questions, like I said, because it's. Oh, and I tell you where the gifts are, because that's how this works. Oh, and then you get like, usually they give you like a recipe. So here's the recipe for that. Thorns Atling juice. Cool. So how this works? Wow, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that correct? Let me look in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So on page 8, page 63, page 74, page 90, and page 275. So I love how I was like, right away, long wait, boom, 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 long wait. You have, oops. So you read, and then you get to a place, and they'll tell you, open your gift, and it has something to do with the book. So I'm gonna start this, and I'm gonna get to page 8, which actually seems to be like the end of the chapter, and I like to end at the end of chapters. And I'll open that up. This is page 8. Okay, wow, there's like a lot of padding here. And we'll get started, and then you're not gonna see me until I get to page 63 after that. Well, you're gonna see me for page 8, and then not for a while. I also do like say like, I don't know, I have done another one I've done, because I did one that was an Ecuadorian author. And that was actually my first booktube video, because I was, oh, this feels like a headband, because I was so disappointed with it, because it was so like horrible. And yeah, last year I did post last year's up, and it was just dumb. Like, it's a Halloween box. They present themselves a Halloween box, and I got it because I really wanted the book, which was Spell Shop. Yeah, right, that was the book. I loved it. It's like one of my favorite books of the year from last year. But all the gifts were horrible. They had nothing to do with Halloween. And I guess a lot of people complain that they're like, we took your comments to heart. We're giving a seasonally related gifts. That's not what they said. I can't remember the proper wording. Sorry, but you know what I'm trying to say. So I'm very excited to see what they do. But I'm pretty sure they're going to be trash gifts, because gifts are usually trash. Like, they don't give good gifts. Hence, that and the book selection I'm not crazy about. But their packaging is always so nice. Like, I swear they spend more money, and because I once got like literally plastic earrings. Like, it was an adult box, not a young adult. It's the adult box, and they gave me plastic earrings. So I swear they spend more money and more thought on the packaging than on the actual gifts. I love how I'm like, this is such a great box, and I'm trashing it because I'm not crazy about it, but I am excited. I love the idea. I truly love the idea that they immerse you in it. I don't always like, I generally don't like the execution. So I'm gonna shut up now and I'm gonna read, and then you'll hear from me when I'm done. All right, see you in a bit. Okay, and I'm back right away because, okay, so I realized I didn't tell you what this book is about, and basically it's this woman who's a witch in the 17th century. Whew. And she's 39 and she couldn't get married. She like had a hard time finding a husband, so she enlisted a matchmaker. But then like her mom died and she just got like caught up in life. So she feels like she's just become a spinster. However, one of her spells backfires and it hurls her 300 years into the future. Which, first off, it says an ancient witch's guide. She's only like 300 years in the past. That's not ancient. Ancient, I would expect like before Common Era. Anyway, so then her cottage has become a museum. So I guess think like the Sandersons museum. Sanderson sisters' house became a museum in the Hocus Pocus Salem world. And she's in the modern world and she tackles online dating, which I don't understand how this is gonna go. And I feel like this book is gonna need a lot of suspension of disbelief, sorry. And it has to be really well written for me to be able to enjoy this. And literally, first page. Those attributes were listed on the blacksmith's resume in the matchmaker's big book of marriageable ladies and gentlemen. I don't like this. I can't describe why. Like, don't get me wrong, I wish I can go grab it right now, but there's like this one book that's like sarcastic as heck. It just makes fun of all the fantasy tropes. I love it. But here, it's just making me cringe so hard. I don't know why. But okay, we're gonna see. Let's try. Okay, so I'm gonna go back and make it to page 8 because I'm still just on page 1. But I will say I really do love how they have that as the top, as the chapter openers or whatever it's called. It's really cute. Okay, I'm back. So on page 8, she pulled the hat over her head. The apparel wasn't just for show. Its wide brim provided protection from the rain and sun. Its cone was storage for candy, and with a little chance, its tip could spear wild boars. But what she loved most about it was that when she put it on, the world became quieter, calmer, and she didn't have to think about anything but her familiar world of potions. So she's talking about her witch's hat, obviously. And I'm gonna assume that we're getting a hat. A witch hat. I'll say this isn't really that nice packaging. Like I said, they're as well. I will say that normally you get much nicer packaging. I don't know what's up with this, but yeah, I'm just pretty sure this is a witch's hat, and it's trying to roll my eyes because it comes in here and it's in more plastic. Like, why? Why does everything have to be in so much freaking plastic? Oh my gosh, this is like. Oh, okay, there we go. That, like, okay, here we go. It just says Thorns Witch Hat, Once Upon a Book Club, and yeah. So, I feel like maybe I should just continue reading the book. Like, oh, it doesn't fit my head that well. I'm like, oh, here you go. It's the bee, there we go. It's like fake velvet, not really good fake velvet. Yeah. I'm gonna continue reading the book like this. It's a really shitty. Oh my gosh, do you see the material? And it's see-through. Can you see how see-through it is? It's like, do you see this? Oh my gosh. It's like the really cheap tote bags they give you for free. That's what this material is. And this doesn't even have that. This is just like felt. Wow. This box ain't cheap either. I mean, I'm glad, you know, we got something topical, even if it's an boring, barely fits my head. Because look how small that is. My chin doesn't even quite fit in here. Okay. I guess I'll see you when I get to page 63, which is not going to be tonight. I'm going to get ready for bed, and I might read a little bit in bed. Oh, the felt ends here, and I think it goes here, so that's why it's floppy. But yeah, so I don't think it's me tonight. Probably gonna be asleep before then. You know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, we're not off to a good start. Oh no, I'm sorry. Also, I had a complaint that there's a sticker. They literally added a sticker. Like, don't they know readers hate stickers on our books? I'm glad it's not like a printed sticker, because those are the absolute worst, because then you're stuck with them. And this, it's just gonna be a pain in the butt to get off, but at least I'll be able to get it off. Yeah. Hello. Okay, I woke up not feeling well today. And these are all my little pumpkin pimple patches, or bows too. Anyway, I feel like I have a sinus infection, so I'm just chilling in bed, reading. It's a little twee for me, but I'm enjoying it so far. I'm on page 63, which means it's time to open my next gift. I'm very intrigued as to what, because basically what we have now is Thorn, who's the main character, the witch. She ends up in the 21st century, and her house has become a museum under the Historical Society, and Meg is the woman who's like helping her out. She's a treasure, and she was like, oh, we're actually gonna sell this. And she's like, hey, in exchange for working and I'll be like, you know, the witch here, let me stay in my house. Because she realized, like, back home there's nobody who's gonna miss her, because her mom and her sister, who were the only two people close to her, were dead, and like she was having a hard time finding a husband. Anyway, Meg placed a steaming cup of tea on the table. I'll arrange for groceries to be delivered here tomorrow, and I have to get a scratching post for your cat. But can I ask what made you decide to stay? In the 21st century, I can make a cup of tea almost instantaneously. She strode over to the cabinet and pointed. I have studied a new improved armor helmet that boils water quickly and without fire. It wasn't the whole truth, but she didn't want a practical stranger to pity her for having no one who missed her in her own time. Meg burst into laughter. It's an electric kettle. An apt name for such a thrilling invention. I might just like the century after all. Even if it had challenges, adapting to a new era would be exciting. And besides, all of these modern distractions provide a nice little break from searching for a husband. So, this gift did a box. Now, but there's no way they got an electric kettle. That's ridiculous. But maybe they gave us like a regular kettle. Hold on, I have to get it. Okay. Like I said, it's a pretty big box. It's like bigger than my head. Interesting packaging. I have a foosball. Okay. Oh, there's a little sticker here. Also, sorry if you're having a hard time hearing me. I feel like I have a sinus infection, so I'm a little snotty, so it's a little hard to talk. My throat hurts, but I am drinking tea. I'm drinking some echinacea with elderberry, and I mixed in throat coat. I woke up really bad actually, but I've been resting and I'm feeling better. I just have like a headache.
Oh my god, I think we got an electric kettle. Wow, I was just like bad mouthing them so much, and they literally gave us an electric kettle. I feel kind of bad for bad mouthing them. I'm having such a hard time taking this out. And it's actually really funny because I have an electric kettle that I absolutely love, and I keep it in the kitchen. And I'm like, I feel like I should have another electric kettle and keep it in like the office because I drink so much tea throughout the day. Wow. Okay, so this is obviously the base. It's very flimsy. Like my kettle, I really love it. It has like an app and everything, which my mom actually bought me for Christmas one year. Like after my kettle I had since college, it just died. It was slowly dying. Like I couldn't open the lid, and it was like really annoying having to like fill it with water. So I just bought one, and then my mom bought me one for Christmas. I was like, but that one was a lot nicer. Like you can even like set it to whatever time. It keeps warm. This is just a very basic, but I mean, this is a book box. I'm not complaining. I'm amazed that we even got something like this. It's okay. So I know it's probably because it's cheap. Well, you can see in here, I guess this is like the sensor, and it has like right here the temperature. And it says love comes from the heart, not from a cauldron. I'm not crazy about the color, but it's very cute. Like look at that. I guess this is to start it, to stop it, and then you just lift the lid, which is weird. I've always had something that has like a little thingy here for that, but that's cool. It does say what the min and max are inside, and it doesn't really tell you how much you put in, but it does say that the max capacity is 1.5 liters, which is what I think mine is 1.75, which is not, it's only 250 more. 250 milliliters more. But wow, color me impressed that we actually got this. It is a little hard putting the lid on, but it's okay. Oh, my sleeve is in the way. Okay. Is that a furry rat Zebra's companion? She just named this guy who was on, she was part of the tour, and there's this guy who was wearing like a zebra striped shirt. Zebra's companion reached for a squirrel, which is apparently like a fern or something. Thorn tapped the incoming hand much more gently as she would have liked, with the wand Meg had bought her from a costume shop. The only witches Thorn knew who used wands were a couple of warlocks whose magic was a party trick level. Nevertheless, modern people seem to enjoy the optics of a wand, and it's convenient as a pointer. She aimed hers at one of the 5 do not disturb the witch signs displayed throughout the cottage. This one warned, "You'll be turned into a frog." The box is right here. Oh, hold on. Let me read. It goes a little bit more. Thorn, you're just what I expected, another tourist said. Thorn sighed. The signs were ineffective, but only because the Historical Society had heavily edited her original wording. The frog sign had said, "Your crotch will be infested by the fleas of a mad camel." And this is the, not really great packaging. I know I said the packaging is usually great. This is just average, and I'm assuming this is a sign. I really hope it's not that sign that was saying about your crotch will be infested by fleas, because I'm not hanging that up. The witchy sign would be cool. There we go. Yep, it's definitely a sign. Okay. Do not disturb the witch or you'll be turned into a frog. I don't know how much I recorded and wasn't recorded. So there was a film on this that I took off, and you can see it's quite shiny, and it has a really long hangy thing. I like that it has a little frog, and I think I'm gonna use this for like Halloween decoration in my mudroom. But so it makes a good Halloween decoration. I think it's cute. But yeah, so I'm continuing on. Basically she's trying to adapt to modern life. She's actually doing online dating through the apps, which I think is hilarious. There's an app called Darling. But she doesn't have any luck, and she thinks because she doesn't have a picture up there, and the reason why is because she doesn't like how she looks right now. She feels she looks very haggard. And like in the beginning, like the guy who I'm pretty sure is the main love interest, who was the warlock, but really he's just part of the TNR group, the trap, no, TR, yeah, TNR, trap neuter release. Thought she was, no, not him, sorry, the police. When they thought she was an intruder, the police thought she was 60. And this chick is only 39. But yeah, you know, she comes from an older time, so there's no retinol there. So she's trying to make a youth potion to make her look younger, because even though Meg taught her how to do filters, she's like, yeah, I show up and I look like this and not like the photo, the guy's gonna run away. So I don't love how this book is putting such an emphasis on like you're nobody unless you have a man, and like literally in the beginning, like in the first chapter or two, it's like when she was 9, her mom basically, which I'm assuming her mom had somebody because she had the 2 daughters, and it was also implied that her mom did get married, and I guess the father just died. I don't know, maybe we'll find out later, I'm not sure. But the mother was basically like instilling that like you're not complete unless you have a man. I'm really not liking that. And as somebody who is married, comes from a culture that believes that, like, so my family's from Ecuador, and I still have some family there, including one uncle and his family. And my cousin, she's 2 years older than me, when she got married, her mom, and she got married at age 30, which I guess is kind of late. And her mom was like, oh, you know, she's married at 30. That's not bad. That's a good age. Like, kind of like trying to reassure herself that, like, oh my god, she got married so late. And I'm just like, who cares if she got married or not? Like, that doesn't mean anything. So it's kind of giving me the ick with that. I'm hoping, since this is cozy, that, I mean, obviously it's a rom-com, so she's going to find a guy. I bet you it's a TNR guy. I hope it does give you that your self-worth doesn't come from finding a man or a woman or a non-binary person, you know, whatever floats your boat. I really hope so. It's kind of like giving me the ick, kind of like Brightly Creatures, whatever the heck that book was called, with the octopus, because I am loving the snippiness of the cats. I'm really enjoying that, and that's kind of like Marcus Aurelius in that book. But again, like how I felt like that one was kind of just like, my life is meaningless unless you have a child and grandchildren. I'm getting that with this, and it's just rubbing me the wrong way. And it's supposed to be a cozy book, but it is a quick read, so I'll keep going. And I mean, I'm sick right now, so I get, like, you can't tell, I'm like drowning in my own boogers. So gross, I'm sorry. All right, he's a veterinarian. He's definitely the main, oh my head, male love interest. Anyway, we're on the next one. So Bandit, like, gets into a bike accident, or an accident with a bike. And the veterinarian comes and helps him. And they're out hunting for souls. And apparently there's a dire knife that you can just take the edge of a soul, and the soul regrows. You're just gonna have like nightmares for a night or something like that. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, once Wallace, the veterinarian, was at the door, Meg pointed the dagger still in Thorne's hand. It might be normal to walk around carrying swords or axes in the 17th century. Here, not so much. An insurance company for the tour might cancel our liability policy if they catch her after carrying a real weapon. No problem, I don't need it anyway if I can't use it to take souls. She had to substitute something else in her youth potion then. Thorne opened the wardrobe by her bed. When she placed the dagger on top of a pile of striped stockings, she felt it much lighter. She wondered if it was only because she was setting down something she had carried around for 30 years. Alright, I think we're getting a replica sword. Hold on. Here we go. So when I saw the shape of this, and I thought this was the 71, I thought we were getting like a fake, again, see, like, the packaging's kind of cute. I thought we were getting a replica wand, but now I'm gonna assume we're getting like a replica sword. I wanted to keep this, but Yeah. Oh, we got a knife. Oh, because it was like an amethyst knife. That's what it was. I feel really weird having this in bed. Like, I'm gonna accidentally stab myself with this. Alright, I need a bit to open it. Alright, and here we go. It's like a cooking knife. So I like that it's actually useful. It's kind of weird that it has this. I wish there was like instructions on like cleaning. I mean, I guess I won't stop the pill. I always hand wash my cooking knives. It's almost like a chef's knife, which, oh, and also can't, wait, is it not that sharp? It did nick there. It would have been really cool if it was oh, I almost cut myself. If this was a ceramic knife, that would have been really cool. Probably more expensive, and I've always wanted a ceramic knife. I do love, this is like a really cheap bottom here. Oh, also smells really bad. That would give me like a replica, not actually. Oh, that smells really bad. Also, I'm sorry, I'm still like the back, what is it called when it falls through your back? I forgot what it's called. So I'm really bad. It's really hard to tell. But okay, I feel like we're getting a lot of kitchen things. I say that and it's only 2 items. Okay, that's a choice. I'm not mad. It's not my favorite, but okay. But I called it. Alright. I know you're not probably gonna see me because I think the next one's like on page 2 something. It's like at the end of the book. Yeah, it's on page 275. So I have this much to go. But I am reading this really fast, and maybe you'll see me in like a couple hours. Yeah. I guess this is a great book to read while I'm not feeling well, because it's easier to just be like, yeah, sure, to go along with it. Also, do you like my bed sheets? I saw them at TJ Maxx, and I'm shocked. I was like, I sent them to my husband, and normally he says no whenever I see Hello Kitty. And he said yes, and I'm like, alright, it's only gonna be one time a year we're gonna use these. So cute. But it made me sad because I have a purple mug that has Hello Kitty dressed up as a witch. Remember there was like a yellow moon. I don't know where it went. That's the mug I wanted to use today. I can't find it. Anyway, I'm kind of giving spoilers as I read this. Let me know if you want me to do that in the future ones, whenever I get this box or not. But yeah. Alright, I'll get back to you in a bit. Question. So Meg is leaving, and again, I guess it's like doing the forced proximity to get Walls more in contact with the Thorn. And she's like, I'm going on my 3rd honeymoon. Where are you going on your 3rd honeymoon? I don't get that. And is that like they did it in succession, I'm assuming, because they have a kid. I don't know how old the kid is though. She's like, my parents are taking care of my child. Our child? My child? I don't know. I'm just confused. Why did she go on 3 honeymoons? I wonder if the book explains that. And if it doesn't, someone like, why would you want 3 honeymoons? Like, I look so ridiculous with these little pimple patches. It's hilarious. I literally have pimple inside my nose. It's so annoying. It was so painful. It stopped being painful, so I thought it went away, but then I looked in the mirror and I'm like, oh my god, it's huge. It's so but yeah, if anyone knows why you would want 3 honeymoons, let me know. Also, this is my husband's side because I have my tea. My side is over there, and I'm like, I feel too claustrophobic. So ignore everything over there. But yeah, 3 honeymoons. I want to go on 3 honeymoons. I guess it's like a baby moon. My friend did that when they were expecting their second, because their first was like 8, or no, he's turned 12, so he's 10. And they went on a baby moon. They left. I think they went with the kid too. So I get that. But 3 honeymoons. Okay. And just to add, if you did 3 honeymoons, kudos to you. I'm not judging. I'm just I guess I'm jealous. I want 3 hands. Totally not joking. Just inquiring. My issue with the book. Thorne found another 9 ingredients. She was now only 1 item short for her youth potion, so she could find a man to make her whole. Like, oh, I hate this. I better change its tune. Okay, I'm feeling better. Still not great, but on the last gift. So she goes back in time. I think this 3rd act breakup is terrible and really dumb. I hate it, but I think that of most 3rd act breakups. So, Penny cleared her throat and held out her hand to Thorne. Sorry, but we're not going back to modern plumbing and online dating, and then I'm heading home. Please return the mirror I bought to protect myself from Black Panther. I spent a lot of money on it. Thorne went to the wardrobe and rummaged among her black dress and striped stockings, then paused. Wait a minute. My favorite armchair is destroyed. The roof has a giant hole. My hat is kinked. The fig tree is dying. So far, everything the historical side found in the furniture and the future has resulted from something that's happened in the past 2 weeks. But this mirror was in the house in the 21st century. If Penny takes it with her now, how would the historical society have found it there? Alder shot his feet and pointed to the mirror in Thorne's hand. Is that one of my mirrors? Oh, you're the owner of the enchanted store, Penny, says Alder. I didn't recognize you with your hat on. I was gonna say, I think we're gonna get a mirror, but it comes in one of their fabrics, which again, I'm not really impressed. Surprised. Usually, oh, it does have like a little dots there, but usually they're a little bit more apt. But let's see. This is the last gift. So I don't think this is a mirror because it's soft and it's not very well protected. So I'm very perplexed and eager to see. Oh, it's socks. It's the striped socks that were in her wardrobe. It says Thorne striped stockings. Yeah. Okay, they impressed me with, these are like really, these look like almost like so small. Like, are my calves? I have big calves. These kind of look like children's socks on the sides, but okay, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this book. I don't have that much left. I'll give my thoughts on the book. The gifts are okay. The tea kettle obviously very much impressed me. The rest of it was meh. So obviously the biggest expense went into the tea kettle. I will say it did feel a little bit more seasonally themed, but not enough, to be honest. I don't understand this company. Okay, I'm gonna head back to bed and I'm gonna finish this book and then I'll talk to y'all.
Okay, it's the next day. I did indeed finish reading this. And I opened up all my gifts, so final thoughts. The book was okay. I'm probably getting into some spoilers in a bit and I'll tag it so you can stop watching if you don't want spoilers. Book was okay. I think because of the beginning of this, I had very low expectations that it ended up being okay for me because it was not the best, but I've definitely read worse. And there's actually a point that I was like, ooh, it's getting good, and then it just like resolved really quickly, and then it went off into nonsense, and I'm like, okay. The gifts themselves, so let's see, we got the hat, which was really cheap. We got the electric kettle, which is really cheap, but I'm very impressed that they did it. I still haven't decided if I want to keep it or not. We got the sign, which is really random, but I think it makes great Halloween decor. We got the knife, which was also really random. I just watched it this morning. I'm still sick, but I feel a lot better. Although I may have overestimated my energy and finally cleaning up because I did not clean anything yesterday. Took a lot of energy. And I watched that. I'll probably it's definitely get use. So there's that. What else did we get? Oh, and we got the socks. I think that's everything. That's everything. And we got the socks, which were very small. I haven't tried them yet. Yeah, which is a bit underwhelming. You know what? I will say I do like socks. I definitely prefer that over they gave us like a cheap mirror thing. So you know what? Stop cleaning. Okay. It still didn't feel as seasonally curated as I expected, especially given that they were like, we heard your feedback. The hat and the socks, I guess, are kind of seasonal, but like, I don't know. I feel like they just do such a bad job. Sorry, I just realized I'm like, oh, I forgot I had this. Lights up too, right? Yeah. I think I'm gonna keep this year round, not just for spooky season. But yeah, so that's my thoughts. It's okay. I'm really not sure if it's worth the money though, because it is very expensive. But no, actually, no, it does include shipping. So you know what? Maybe it is. And it is a nice. I love the concept. Because it does make it more immersive. All right, now for spoilers. Maybe it's best that I'm battling a sinus infection, and it was easy for me to just give up, be like, okay, fine. But like when I got to the Sister Rose, I mean, well, first off, it was obvious there was something up with Lily, and I'm like, there's something up with her, and then I'm like, could she be Rose? And I'll be honest, I didn't think, oh yeah, it's her with that spell thing, because my head has been killing me, so not exactly thinking ahead. But I don't know, like, so Rose has been living in the future, in the modern era, for the past 30 years, and it's been fine. Like, how do we not have any more backstory with this? How did she grow up to develop such witch powers, where, you know, it's like supposed to be like something you like hone through the years, when she had nobody else, and like in the modern times there are no more witches. Like, it made absolutely no sense, and that really bothered me. Also, maybe it's because I'm sick and I had a harder time following around, but like, what was that whole, like, she was doing that spell to not love, and was it for her? Was it for Thorn? Like, who was it for? I don't understand. It makes no sense. It got to the point where I'm like, I don't understand what's happening, like, why happening, not even what is happening, why happening. It was very frustrating, and I really hated that. And I get that, you know, the mother is the one that kind of fucked them up, but I don't know, it just wasn't, I don't know, it wasn't for me. Like, it wasn't good enough for me. It wasn't good enough explanation for me. Yeah. I also think it's really interesting that, like, you know, you see in the epilogue that, like, she's like, oh, let me, like, work on myself, and she goes to therapy for, like, a year before she, like, okay, let's go on a date. So that was kind of cool. I did like that. The cats are great. I love them. You know, it's a quick, fun read. I'll give it that. Like, I did not end up hate reading it. So that's good. But I wouldn't, like, I'm debating if I want to keep this book or not. Like, sorry, I had a timer and it just went off. Okay, anyway, so these are my favorite books. Shelves over here, and this shelf right here is literally just cozy. Actually, let's go on here. This is my cozy bookshelf, and I have the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches and A Witch's Guide to Magical Innkeeping here, and I feel like this would belong there, except I do not like this. This is not my favorite book, so we can't go there. So I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go in my romance bookshelves, which are over there, right here. That's all. But I don't know, like, I have which one? Hold on, what is it called? This really bothered me. Oh, Witch Please, there we go. I have Witch Please there, and I love that one. I read the second one, I borrowed it from the library, I hated it, so I'm like, all right, we're not getting that. That's gonna be by itself there. Please, sorry, thank you. So that's why I'm just like, maybe I'm not gonna actually keep this. Or maybe I can keep this as a seasonal book and just, like, have it, like, as decor around the house. I have done that previously with some of my spooky books. I had it just, like, a little thing. Not that I was hosting. That's when we were living in a tiny ass apartment that nobody came over. yeah, I don't know. If any of y'all have read this, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. And again, maybe I'm being more harsh because I'm not feeling well, or maybe I'm being less harsh because I'm not feeling well. I truly have no idea. But what I will say is that what came with this was Girl Dinner, which I love Amelia Blake. I have all her books here, and also the Alice 6 or 3 of them, because this has like the I got the Elementary one, which are the Galaxy vibes, and it kind of blends nicely with the Wayfarer series. So I'm reading that now, and it's a breath of fresh air. It's like, yeah, I needed something. It's not very pretentious yet. I mean, it is Lily Blake. All her writing's pretentious, and I love it. So I'm reading that now. So I'm back in my unhinged heroine, Dark Academia, which I think that's what I'm in the mood for. But yeah, again, last year I got it because I really love Spell Shop, sorry, and it is actually here. I loved it so much. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna get this anyway. I might as well. And I really didn't like the cover from Owl Crate, and I'm very happy. Although I might get the second one from Owl Crate just because I have enough rewards that I just pay for shipping. But I heard it wasn't good. I don't know. Have y'all read the second one? Oh, this goes here. So I wanted that one anyway. And I'm like, and I love the concept of Once Upon a Book Club. I just don't like their execution. I don't know. We'll see if I still get it next year. We'll see. But you know what? I had a good time with this. I spent the day in bed, and I read. Like, I wouldn't go as far as saying this book is like a warm hug for the soul. Those two I mentioned earlier, 100% were a hug for a soul. Like, so good. Not so much this. Also, it was actually really interesting because, especially in the beginning, it was like the first like 40 pages. I kind of felt almost like I was reading a children's book the way it was laid out. Like, I don't do well with, like, I hate Elf. I hate Will Ferrell and his man-childness. I can't stand it, and I hate the movie Elf. I hate it. And not saying there's like no man-child here, but just some of the ridiculous, like, I love ridiculous. One of the things I tell my husband all the time that I love with him is he's so silly. I love it. But I don't know, just the way it was written here was just like, it kind of made me think of like children. And then I go and see that this is a pen name for some famous children's book writer, and I'm like, oh, well, I got those vibes. It wasn't the whole book, I will say that, because if it was the whole book, I probably would have ended up DNFing this, that's for sure. But when I got to the end, I read that about the author, I'm like, that checks out. But yeah, I'm gonna stop babbling now because my lunch is finally ready. That's why the timer went off. And that's all my thoughts. Let me know what you all think. Is this worth money? I don't know. I want to say no, but I'm probably still gonna buy it next year. But see, this is why I don't get any of the other ones. Do not. No. All right, well, have a spooky season. Have a wonderfully spooky season if I don't see you before then.
Okay, I'm back just because I do want to say something interesting. So I do love how Once Upon a Book Club, their boxes are like little books. This is the one from last year. I keep my candles in here. Yeah, I actually kept all of them. Like, I have the Romantic one and the Bridgerton one. The Bridgerton one is like the largest one. And I just really like the Romantic one. It was really pretty, so I keep my candles. And then, are all 3 of them candles? Wow, I have no problems. Like, just compare the sizes between this is last year and this is this year's. I think it was the, like, I can't even get it in frame. I think it was the, like, let me see if I can even try to hold them. But oh yeah, this is like to the side. It says 6, but then this also says 6. Oh my god, does the other one say 5? Like, do they do that? Ooh. Well, I guess that's my old address, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, see, that one also says 6. But, like, maybe I can show you how. Look at that difference. I was gonna keep this too. Also, this is like glossy. I don't know why it's glossy. And it's not like a new thing. I guess maybe the bigger ones are, because the British one is glossy. The Romanticy one is matte. It feels nice. It's smooth, but it's not glossy. And then this one's just wanted to share that.